Today we're going to go over our CHIRONs, which is the Wounded Healer. I do have a packet that I gave to all of you. It's questions on the first page. On the second page, it's a bloom with confidence. We're going to work on this a little bit later on. And you have to fill in each one of these with something that you like about yourself. And then the third page is a poem I wrote back in actually 10/2/2020. And you can read that poem later on. The next page we have ways to find inner peace, the do's and don'ts. And the last page is the Mastermind group survey. You can take your time and fill that out, but would like to have that back. And so I can reevaluate this group and see what you guys like about it, what you want to see changed about it, add to it, and what have you. So we're going to watch a few videos. On this one right here, your words are actually magic, and this is what we were working on last week about the words you speak can create war or peace, and how it's very, very important if someone's harming your human, right? To try to stay away from the toxic people that harm you and put negative thinking patterns in your mind when you're trying to be positive. So you want to try to find positive people to surround yourself with. So this is the first video we're going to watch.
And frequency. And there was a line somewhere that you said words are as close to alchemy as we could. You talked about words and frequency. And there was a line somewhere that you said you talked about words and frequency. And there was a line somewhere that you said words are as close to alchemy as we could ever come, and words are magic. And I'm curious, what does that mean when it comes to figuring out how to attract someone we care about, we're interested in, we want to build a relationship, how to use words and frequency that we have with our voice to attract a quality relationship?
I love that question. The subtitle of the book is The Hidden Language of Human Connection.
Yes.
And for me, the ultimate goal is connection. Communication is the process to connection. And so if I only help people communicate better, I don't think I would find the level of fulfillment that this book is bringing to me. Because what I really want to see is people connect at a deep level, at a deep human level, at a level of intimacy and understanding, and a place where people are seen and see others.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really, really true when you talk about intimate interpersonal relationships with a wife or a partner or someone that you love deeply, and the longer you're together, the more you really need to learn the nuances of human communication and connection. I've been married 40 years, and believe me, if all I heard was what Kim said, we would not have made it.
Wow.
And if all she hears is what I say, it's not going to get us where we need to go. Because we are all saying so much more than our words. But that phrase that I talk about, that words are as close to alchemy as we'll ever get, is that I really do pay attention to the language in our culture on manifestation, on manifesting things. And I think where sometimes, for me, it feels a little bit off, and where it could really move into a zone of transformation, is that we tend to try to manifest things that are external. I want this job, or I want this career, or I want this success. But the real power of words are the magic of transforming our inner worlds. That when you speak into someone's life, you're transforming the universe inside of them. And I think sometimes we underestimate the power of our words in the way they shape the human experience. When you're 5 or 6 years old and someone tells you that you're worthless, those words shape the universe inside of you. Or when someone looks at you and tells you that you're special, that you're loved, that you're valued, that explodes inside of the universe inside of you. And when I began to realize that my words have so much power that it can actually reshape the universe inside of another human being, I realized that is alchemy. I can create a space for hope, for joy, for meaning, for intention, for even as superficial as it sounds, happiness. Because so much of what people are searching for in the external world is actually only found in our internal world.
If you talk about words and frequency, words are as close to alchemy as.
So how true is that? I'm not sure, but the video itself talks about how words can shape our reality. You know, and I know as a little girl, my parents did not say kind things to me. They weren't loving all the time to me, the words they would say. You know, but I never believed it. Like, when I was little, maybe I did, but when I grew up as an adult to reflect back, I always thought inside of my spirit, I always loved who I was as a person in my spirit. I might have not liked the outer person, like my body weight, my looks, and things like that, but I always loved my spirit inside of myself. There was something about me that was loving, caring, that I really wanted the world to know. But because I wasn't treated that way, I didn't have a chance to show the world that part of me. You know, when I get older, I'm learning that that's the part I'm going to show the world. And the world's not going to stop me from showing that part of who I am. But there is people out there that have those wounds still, that they don't feel good about themselves inside and out, that try to push the love away still, right? So we all have wounds, and we're going to get down to the core, darkest wounds in this mastermind group, because that's what needs the most healing. And if people don't know they have something broken, they can't fix it. So here we go with another video. And this one's really good to go over. Give me 1 second.
Pickler, I was working with her on Dancing with the Stars, and she had insane nerves. She would just get, we rehearsed, and she was great. We'd get in rehearsal and onto the floor, it'd fall apart because the nerves just got the best of her. And so I said to her, go back to the stage change, and I said to her, I said, this is what I want you to do. I said, don't say that you're nervous. Just say that you're excited. Because as we know, nervous and excited are chemically identical, right? The body doesn't know the difference. The only difference is our focus, right? And also our language, what we're saying.
Yes.
So when we say we're nervous, we're focusing on what's bad. Like, I'm nervous because I'm gonna fall over. I'm nervous because they're not gonna like it. I'm nervous because I'm not good enough. But your body doesn't know it could be excited. So I said, just say you're excited. Just say it. She said, okay, I'm excited. I'm like, okay, now just say I'm excited. Just fake it. Yeah. Just say it. Don't even feel it. Just fake it. Okay, I'm excited. I'm so excited. And all of a sudden, you could feel like all of a sudden her posture changed, her body changed. Now she was like changing her feeling. She was feeling excited, even though it was the same chemical response. Because now she's focusing on what's good. I'm excited because I worked hard on this. I'm excited to show these people. I'm excited to, show what I've been working on. And man, that was the antidote. That was it. We won that season, and we would not. I'm telling you, it was crazy. Like, all that work would fall apart on the day until we changed that, and then became a ritual of ours.
That's cool.
Where we were like, I'm excited, and we're focusing on what's good, and so that manifested a good performance. Manifest results. So what you focus on is what you feel. So let's focus on like the solutions. Let's focus on the tools that we need in order to achieve what we want. Let's focus on what's good. I mean, social media will hijack you. You're just like bad, negative, awful, and then you're like, why do I feel like crap today? Okay, well, because you're focusing on what's bad. And so, yeah, I don't know. I think for me, that's been don't get me wrong. I have to catch myself many times, and I still use that to this day for myself. My heart's beating fast, palms are sweating. I'm like,
Mom's spaghetti.
he's waiting on me. Keep on forgetting what we wrote down. And then please don't speak to it.
So how do you prepare then for, you've been on so many big stages. You've been on TV many times. You've been on big stages, touring for, hundreds of cities over many years.
do you still get nervous before you perform in front of an audience?
Yeah, I mean, I get excited now.
So how do you prepare an hour before a big performance, whether you're shooting in front of just cameras and no one's watching, but you know this is for something meaningful, you're on stage in front of thousands of people, you're on cameras in front of millions of people watching from home. How do you prepare that hour leading up to make sure that you're in your best position to nail it?
Yeah, it's the ritual.
So I want you guys to see that because it's true, right? Like, when you change your thought pattern, but you change your words when you talk to yourself. So when you change your words to talk to yourself, I'm not nervous, I'm excited. I'm not nervous about doing Mastermind Group, I'm excited to do Mastermind Group. To say the words out loud creates. Remember we went over that last week with the Bible verses? Whatever God said he created, and it's true. Your words can heal, they can hurt, they can help, and they can be negative or positive. And again, like what you watch on TV, who you hang out with, what words you hear from other people, it's very important what you feed your mind, just as important as you feed your body. You know, I went home the other day and I was watching a horror movie and I'm saying to myself, I'm telling my group, you know, the participants in my group, what are they doing? But it affects me in a different way. As long as I have control over my thoughts and my nervous system, it doesn't scare me. You know, and that's just the thing. And I have like no joy in watching those things anyway. Like I just put back on Seinfeld, you know? So I put something that makes me funny and laugh, you know? I love comedy. Comedy is my number one thing. So we're gonna get into the CHIRON. A lot of people pronunciate it a different way. A quick little short video on it just to go over what CHIRON is. I had it on here. Oh, there it is. Okay.
CHIRON, known as the wounded healer in astrology, represents our deepest wounds and our greatest potential for healing others through our own experiences. When CHIRON appears prominently in your birth chart, it reveals where you carry emotional or spiritual wounds that can become your source of wisdom and compassion. Placement of CHIRON in different zodiac signs shows how your healing journey unfolds, whether through relationships, career, creativity, or spiritual growth. In feng shui practice, creating healing spaces in your home can support your CHIRON journey by placing crystals, plants, and calming elements in areas that correspond to your wounds. Working with CHIRON energy involves embracing your vulnerabilities and transforming pain into purpose, allowing you to guide others who face similar challenges. Thank you for joining this mystical journey of healing and transformation. Please like.
So here's a little bit overview of what CHIRON is. It's the wounded healer. It's a wound that everybody has. Everyone has a different one. It could be in a different house placement. It could be in your spirituality house. It could be in your money-making job house. It could be in your family wound. It could be in your relationship wound. It could be, it all depends on what house it sits in. So we're going to go over what mine is first, and then we can do whoever's ready to do theirs. To give you a little bit of hindsight, this is the website I pulled up for the CHIRON. I already have my name, my birth date, the time I was born, and the city I was born in. My wound is in Taurus. It's in the 4th house. So, my wounded CHIRON feels a lack of self-worth, a lack of feeling solid or safe, value based on material possessions, always vulnerable. Healed CHIRON feels like this: trust in wisdom of the body, forgiveness of the inner child, worthy of committed love. CHIRON in Taurus. With CHIRON in Taurus is about acknowledging and healing from the past neglect and powerlessness. No, it wasn't your fault. You were innocent. It's time to shine a light on those deep-seated feelings and embrace self-love and peace. Here's a little secret. Your attempts to boost self-worth through material possessions or projected image can actually cause more harm. You're gifted with powerful intuitive abilities. The key is to harness these for healing and helping others. Your journey may involve facing deep-seated emotions, learning to love yourself and others unconditionally, and forgiving the vulnerable child within. But beware, there's a shadow side when we disconnect from our wounds. We risk hurting others. It's time to bring your shadow self into the light. Forgive yourself and embrace your inner child. Remember, you're worthy of love, no matter what. So you are ready to embark on the healing journey with CHIRON. It's time to step into your true value. And with sitting in the 4th house, CHIRON, the wounded healer, has taken up residence in the 4th house of your birth chart, which governs your family of origin, both the people in the family who you grew up with and the house itself, and your adult family home. You might stumble upon some challenges in finding your place, dealing with family dynamics, or finding that warm, fuzzy feeling. These challenges are here to refine you, not define you. Tap into your inner child and let your imagination run wild. Paint, dance, write, or engage in any artistic shenanigans that make your heart sing. Express yourself like a boss within the safe haven of your own home. Embrace your family roots, dig up those juicy family stories, and celebrate the traditions that make you unique. Strengthen those family bonds and build a fortress of love and support. These are the things I need to say to myself, and these are all positive things, right? This is what you want to start saying to your inner child. I love and approve of myself just as I am. I allow myself to heal. I am lovable. I'm good enough now. I forgive all others, including myself. So my deep-seated wound is in my family. So last week I told you guys that I go into ancestry and I talk to uncles and aunts. And as you can see, that's part of my healing process of my CHIRON, because it says to do exactly that. So this is a deep-seated thing for me. So I've noticed, I've been awoken recently, and I met some people in my circle, and some of those people triggered my wounds, like really bad. And I looked and reflected in myself, going, the person I met, I'm supposed to meet. They were supposed to trigger that wound. So I could set boundaries. I could set self-love, self-respect, right? So it's not like this person's trying to really harm me in a way. They're trying to wake me up and say, guess what, it's time for healing. So when you meet the person that has to do with your CHIRON, they're not there to hurt and harm you, they're there to help you. And that's the way you have to see it. Because if you see it in a negative way, how are you gonna heal from that? You're not, right? I'm not gonna be forgiven to that person. I feel that person's harming me, right? But they're not. So intuitively, I know that this person was sent to me by the universe, or creator, to help me heal my CHIRON. And it makes me love this particular person even more unconditionally. See how that worked, right? So it says I have to learn to love myself and other people unconditionally. I have to be forgiving. So when you guys have that mindset about why is this person harming me? Why does this keep happening with the same types of people? Because they're trying to dig at your CHIRON to say, listen, wake up, it needs healing, this is how you're gonna do it. I know it seems kind of kooky, but it's reality, it's real. Because until you're spiritually awoken to realize that, then when you start setting boundaries and what you do healthy for your human, sometimes you gotta give that person distance, right? Self-awareness, and be like, I need to protect my human right now because I'm healing my CHIRON. I need space and time to heal my CHIRON from this particular person, but I do understand this person is helping me. That's when the unconditional love can come in, because you know they're wounded too. But that person has a different type of wound in their CHIRON. It could be something with their work, or their family, or all relationships, all their spirituality. It could be one of those in the houses as well. So as long as we look at each other as small children with inner child wounds from our upbringing, that's where we're gonna start healing.
Is it okay to have like special treats, like special babies and things like that to help them?
Like JoJo? I have Berry Berry. I have Berry Berry. Berry Berry,
What does it mean to you to have very?
Berry Berry means a lot to me, because I know it's not an animal that you feed or take care of, but it helps in my healing process, because I just have a connection. And it's really pretty cool how we both have bears. You know, and I thought about that last night, you know, a very,
I felt
very,
that already when we went.
yeah, it's a comfort. It's a comfort type of thing, but it should never replace the, you know, the creator you believe in, or the faith you believe in. It's just something that, it's an outside coping mechanism for, you know, and, when I don't feel good, I hug my teddy bear, you know, and, it brings comfort.
How did you
That's-
get it?
How did I get Berry? I saw Berry on the Walmart site years and years ago.
What made you think about Berry?
Berry reminds me of the Family Guy teddy bear that Stewie has, and also the bear that's on Toy Story. I think it's Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
But it's very soft. I have sensory issues, so I like soft things, and very, very soft and like velvety type of bear. That's what it is. Like, I like very, very soft, like material. Again, another soothing mechanism, right? It's like another soothing thing that I like. I have some sensory issues as well with like loud noises, and that's something I'm working internally with as well. So, did you want us to run your Chiron? Do you have all the information with the
No.
time?
I just have to do a winging.
So you don't have the time of birth?
No.
Okay, we
I
can,
don't know.
I won't know what house it's in, but I can give you what Chiron you have. Let me see. So what is your birth date?
87. I mean, 67. Right
6,
now.
7?
Yeah.
Okay. And this will have to fly back up here. And what,
Boston.
Boston? It wants, let me see. It does want the hour and minutes. We're gonna do it on, yeah, so unfortunately it needs the hour and minutes on that. Let me take a look, 19. Very. 14. You are in the sign of Pisces. So, one moment. Here it is. So Chiron and Pisces, these are the characteristics that you show, but I don't know what house you're in until you get the time that you were born. But we can always go over the houses and you could just practice all these, you know, things within all the houses anyway. One of the greatest strengths of this placement is that it inherited healing capabilities. The combination of Chiron and Pisces can lead to a deep understanding of the self and others, allowing for profound emotional and spiritual healing. The transformation is often accompanied by a sense of peace and acceptance that is characteristic of Pisces. Another strength lies in the ability to connect deeply with others. The interconnectedness symbolized by the Piscean fish can translate into profound empathy and compassion for others, making individuals with this placement excellent healers, counselors, or guides. Their ability to go with the flow of life and trust in the universe process also allows them to adapt easily to changing circumstances. However, the placement also comes with its challenges. The journey of healing and transformation can be a challenging one. It involves facing the lower aspects of self. That could mean dealing with deep-seated emotional wounds or traumas that can take a lot of emotional strength and resilience. I can't say that word, sorry. The nubilous nature of Pisces can sometimes lead to lack of clarity or direction. Individuals with this placement may struggle with grounding their spirituality in material plane. They can benefit from incorporating the improvement-oriented approach of Virgo, striving towards improving themselves and their environment to the best of their abilities. Lastly, the deep empathy and compassion of this placement can sometimes lead to a tendency to absorb others' emotions, which can be overwhelming. It's important for these individuals to practice emotional boundaries. Remember we talked about that? Self-care, ensuring that they maintain their own emotional balance while helping others, and we can discuss that in a minute. The placement of Chiron in Pisces represents a deep spiritual journey of healing and transformation. It's a journey marked by empathy, intuition, and a deep sense of interconnectedness. Individuals with this placement are natural healers possessing a profound ability to understand and connect with others. They are peace seekers who go with the flow of life, trusting in the universe process. However, they may struggle with facing their lower aspects of self and grounding their spirituality in the material world. Your journey is about accepting and transmuting the denser aspects of self, finding redemption, healing, and liberation in the process. So because Pisces at the end of the zodiac, and I find this a lot with Pisces in the regular sign, you absorb all 12 signs emotionally into your body. So a lot of times you won't know if it's someone else's emotion or your emotion that you're feeling. So you're really like a magnet to everything that's in your environment, to people that come to you. You're really having all that. So you really need to separate how you feel from how they feel. Go listen. Go Kitty, is this my feeling, or is this a feeling of someone else that they're trying to put on me?
That's what I felt like.
Yes, so you need to push that back. What are you feeling? Don't worry about how that person's feeling at the moment, because you know what, you're probably, people always putting things on top of you, because you guys, Pisces, like Gemini, right? They just absorb their environment. It's too much that it's very, very overwhelming. So you really need to do self-love, self-care, reevaluate how you're feeling about the person's situation, people, places, and things, and do that inner healing with the self-care, self-love.
I like those things.
Yeah.
My Sun, Moon, and Mercury are all in Pisces, all in the 5th house.
Relationships. All right, Mrs. You're up.
I'm trying to find what house my Taurus is
I
in.
can grab that for you. I have it up. I'm just gonna, I just did her. She doesn't have her time of birth, so I couldn't see what house it's in, but in generalization, and no matter what house is it in, guys,
Yeah.
no matter if it's in the first, going through the 12th house, it doesn't matter. As long as you do self-love, self-care, and realize you have a wound, what the wound is, okay?
Yeah.
The house is important. I'm not saying it ain't, but just do the self-love, self-care, and know that you're a magnet to a lot of the environmental stuff. Let's have you do the positive stuff. Let's have you shoot all that stuff back at people, going, you know what? What does mine say? Unconditional love, forgiveness. Understand that everybody on this planet has an internal wound, right? I tell people, listen, you know what? We're all like about a 5 to 6 year old child inside. A child inside that we stopped emotionally, mentally kind of growing at a certain age when the abuse started happening to us, and we shut down.
Taurus in the 8th house.
You're Taurus in the 8th. Let me see. I'm gonna go over here real quick. Sometimes the internet doesn't. Oh, here we are. All right. So, the date of birth?
March 1st, 84.
Oh, you're a Pisces.
Triple threat, baby.
84?
Yeah.
You're a youngin'. Time of birth.
8:11 p.m.
Ooh, 811. That is an angel number, my friend. And where?
South Weymouth.
Oh, you were born in South Shore?
Yeah.
March 1st, 84, 811.
Yeah.
Okay, you are Taurus in the first house, is what I have, not 8th.
Alright.
Let me just go over this again with you with your birth date. March 1st, 84, 8:11 a.m.
PM.
Oh, your PM, that was my error. This is why it's in,
Oh, yeah, military time.
yeah. So now most likely it's gonna change hours. You are in the 8th house, so you're right. So this is why the time is very important, so I'm kinda glad that error happened. So if I put 8:11 a.m., she would have been in the 1st house. Because it's actually 8:11 p.m., it flew her Chiron into the 8th house. This is why it's important to see where that wound actually sits. Alright, so she has the same Taurus wound I have, so let's take a look at hers. So wounded Chiron feels like a lack of self-worth, a lack of feeling solid or safe, valued based on material possessions, always vulnerable. When her Chiron is healed, she would feel trust in the wisdom of the body, forgiveness of inner child, worthy of committed love.
I got 2 of the 3.
You're getting there.
Yeah.
Of the healed ones, that's good.
Great.
And with Chiron and Taurus is about acknowledging healing from past neglect and powerlessness. No, it was not your fault. You were innocent. It's time to shine a light on those deep-seated feelings and embrace self-love and peace. Here's a little secret. Your attempts to boost self-worth through material possessions or a projected image can actually cause more harm. You're gifted with powerful intuitive abilities. The key is to harness these for healing and helping others. Your journey may involve facing deep-seated emotions, learning to love yourself and others unconditionally, and forgiving the vulnerable child inside. But beware, Taurus, there's a shadow side. When we disconnect from our wounds, we risk hurting others. It's time to bring your shadow self into the light. Forgive yourself and embrace your inner child. Remember, you're worthy of love no matter what. So you're ready to embark on the healing journey with Chiron. It's time to step into your value. Being in your 8th house. The wounded healer has taken up residence in the 8th house of your birth chart, which is associated with intense emotions, birth, death, sex, and shared experiences. This placement signifies a transformative journey where you will encounter deep connections and explore life mysteries. Embrace the roller coaster ride of intense emotions and prepare for profound spiritual awakenings. The 8th house ignites your passion and desires, divining into the realms of intimacy and sensuality. Additionally, this house delves into shared finances and other people's property. So be mindful of the twists and turns of investments, inheritances, and joint ventures. Get ready to embrace the profound and mysterious and the transformative and the exhilarating journey through the 8th house. And then your things to say to yourself is, I love and approve of myself just as I am. I allow myself to heal. I am lovable. I am good enough now. I forgive all others, including myself. So again, yours is all about self-love, forgiveness, and understanding that these people have a wound and to love them unconditionally. To set boundaries, right? Healthy boundaries for your human. And there is some other websites on your page as well. One of the websites I always use, unfortunately, is having an issue with the internet access. And I tried very, very hard. I reset my computer twice. It's called AstroSeek. AstroSeek will give you a really good determination on your Chiron wound and the house it sits in. You can also go on Google, as you know, and type in Chiron and Taurus, 8th house. Mine would be Chiron and Taurus, 4th house. You can always look up your spirituality one, which would be your Pisces and Chiron. The only way you'll be able to get your birth time is if your parents are still living. You can ask them, or your birth certification, which you can get at the town hall you were born at, which would be most likely in Boston. You can also get it online, but if it's something, again, just, it doesn't even matter, because all of them have to do with self-love, self-care, setting healthy boundaries, positive thinking, you know, and all those wonderful things that we are learning in this group. And so let's go. You want to go to my poem? Okay. You guys, this is your copy. If you want me to sign it, I will. No, I'm only joking around. It's alright. I'll do it after. It's called Reflection, and it's a picture of me looking in the mirror. This is when I had short, gray, white hair, my natural hair color, mind you. And this is what it is. Reflection. The mirror that sits upon my wall has a story to be told. It begins with childhood, up until I got old. When I look at my reflection, now I can see an entirely different person looking back at me, She's not the same person she used to be. Her past, present, and future, I can see through her eyes. I can still see some pain and suffering that still resides. Her changes have made changes through what she's endured. She still has some sickness, though some has been cured. Her past tells a story that is written on her face, showing and proving her rise and fall from grace. Her tired eyes with dark round circles still haunt her skin, showing the pains of her childhood where it all begins. The lines on her face are roads that she has traveled, exposing hidden secrets that have now been unraveled. Once the color of brown, her hair has now turned gray. Everything she's been through makes her who she is today. She is now somebody new, and she leaves her shadows in the past. Her darkness and difficulties she's been through will soon be surpassed. She now lives in the present, not worrying about tomorrow, learning to live for today as time is now on borrow. When she looks hard into my eyes, I can't help but see all that she's been through, as her reflection is me. So this is writing about childhood pain, right? And I've been through a lot, you know, and the lines on my face, the roads I have traveled, the dark circles, and they all tell a story about my facial features, the hair color, you know. So this is, yeah. So any questions on your Chiron? Any questions about what we went over today, about any of the words that heal, words that hurt, words that create war, words that create peace?
People still do it.
Huh?
People still throw in
People still throwing
negative.
negativity?
Yeah.
And are you absorbing that because that's your Piscean Chiron? What are you gonna do about that? You're gonna take care of your human, and you're gonna tell yourself what? You're lovable, you forgive them, right?
You are worthy.
You're a sweet person. Because honey, some people don't think it because everyone has wounds, right? That they haven't healed yet. So when the people don't have wounds, what does mine say? What does mine and Laura say? We gotta be careful of our wound, right? Because we unconsciously don't realize we could hurt somebody else with our wound. You could do the same thing, other people do the same thing, they're not awoken to it yet. But when you wake up and say, oh my
People
Jesus,
try to fix that, but they can't. Because they're not ready, and they want, people expect that out of me, and I can't explain that to them. That's what they always want to explain, and it's not easy.
you can, right, you can always tell them that everybody's born with a deep-seated wound that if they don't know about it, they can't heal it. If they don't know it's broken, they can't heal it, right? And a lot of people go to outside sources to try to heal what's in here, but we need to go in here to heal this, and then the outside will just be exactly what we want it to be. But as long as you have in your mind, everybody's born with wounds. And just be unconditional. You know, if you're gonna be angry at them, what's it doing to your human? It's making you upset and anxiety, right? It's not doing you any good.
I work with gently with just shut off, and people really wanna shut off, or still come and press you, talk to me, and you just sit there like, I actually totally, I shut down. That's what happens when my girlfriend came right now. Her and I are on a different page.
Right.
But sometimes she presses me to do things her way and understand where I'm coming from, but don't pressure things onto me like that because I just shut off. I shut off all the time. She's a good funny part to me. I said, you're gonna be hard on me when you spoke to me and things like that, I'm gonna shut off.
Right.
And you can't trust me who I am, I'm gonna shut off from what I'm doing. Because that's what I did. She goes, well, if you don't talk about it, you can't stay in the thing. Then she wasn't in on the right page. And she's not still today, honey. She just did, she's very hard on everything I was doing. And sometimes when people are hard on you, that way you just shut off.
Right, you emotionally and mentally shut down from that person. You physically still might be there in that relationship, and I've been there.
It holds it, you hold the relationship right here.
Yeah.
And then it'll go away, but sometimes you just have to shut down and just say, I can't talk right now.
Right, and
But when you're with somebody and they're complaining about you, and they wanna talk on their time, and you're like, I have to shut down.
Right.
My mind is like over too loaded, like I just told my girlfriend, she said to me today, she goes, look close your face, I said, I'm all stressed, she goes, why? I this, I looked at it, I'm all stressed. I break out when I'm all stressed out.
Right.
And so I explained it to her, but she didn't get it, but I think that when you harp on people all the time, this, your mind shuts off.
It
My
will.
mind shuts off,
It will.
and they spitting out everything at you, and your mind's like, I can't, I said to her, I'm like, I can't handle this, there's too much, you're feeding me, and it's too much, I need to stop. I need a break.
Right.
Yeah.
What that is spiritual warfare.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
That's
my God.
full-blown spiritual warfare,
Oh,
and when,
yeah, I know, it's
and-
like, yeah.
and your part of retreating from that war is shutting down. But if you're gonna do it that way, Kitty, you have to keep telling yourself, you know what? You need to start loving yourself, because if you love yourself enough, you wouldn't be in a relationship like that. We talked about,
It's hard to love yourself when the world's crashing on you, especially when you live outside. You live outside, being outside, it's a hard, very hard, and you shut down from everything that goes on around you. And it does that, and it's then people don't understand what my life's all about. And you know, sometimes people so hard, they demand things quicker enough, and response like quicker enough, and your mind's like, I can't handle it, my stress level's going up, and I had to totally shut off.
are you being there more for others than yourself?
Part of it, yeah.
That's something you need to reevaluate.
Cause when you're expending all your energy on others, you're not shielding your own.
You're not conserving enough for yourself, so you feel drained, emotionally, spiritually drained from these people.
I know, I've been that, I'm like that every day.
And that's when they can come in and attack and assault your energy and you
Oh, yeah.
That's why I know they do that all the time, and then when you try to explain that to people, but they don't understand that I'm mostly drained, and my brain can't handle it, I let it go.
And also, it's also a sign that that person is not for you.
Right.
That's whatever faith you believe in, that's a sign that that person is not for you. And they're pushing you away. When you're mentally and emotionally pushed away like that, that's spiritual warfare. That's the universe of God you believe in saying, I have better for you. I need to break you from this. I've been through it my entire life with guys I was dating. And the reason why it was upsetting is because I wasn't with the right person. I wasn't with the right partner. But also, if I really go back now and look at the partners I were with, they were trying to help me heal my CHIRON.
But your whole family just treat you like you're not good enough, you're not this, you're not that, and you look at them like you shut off from them and you don't speak. And you just look at them like, keep speaking, but out of my mind, just gonna sit there and not say nothing. I've been like that all my life.
I've been like,
And
yeah, right.
it's been like that day one since I've been born in this world. And it's been like that for 58 years. And it's still holding all that crap in 58 years. And people don't understand. And plus being outside, and people go, do you like being outside? I'm like, looking at them like, why would you say something like that? This is when I'm outside, it's the world, nobody around me. I want a quiet time, just relaxing. But sometimes people think I like going outside like this. I'm like, I don't like it. I just shut off from the world and just talk to myself or hang with other people that want to feed me good energy. And that's what I always do all the time. But when people, they feed all this other stuff on you, and your mind's like, I can't handle it too much.
You know deep down, Kitty, that this person is not right for you.
I know, trust me.
And it's a trauma bond, right? It's a trauma bond. That's exactly what it is. I'm gonna say it out loud. It's a toxic trauma bond.
I know.
And the only way it's gonna fix you is if you break away from it and start doing self-love and self-care on yourself. The Creator is trying to move you up a level. I always see my life like a video game, and as long as I'm leveling up spiritually, I know that great things are gonna happen in my life. But I'm tested sometimes over again when I mess up, so I have to stay on that level, right? Like a Mario brother, I pass away. Guess what? I get to take that level over again because I failed that test. But guess what? I leveled up. I learned it. I got it. Lesson lived, lesson learned. And I'm leveling up in my life spiritually. And then when you level up spiritually, everything will come into place when it's supposed to, at the time it's supposed to happen. But when things that dramatically happen in relationships, no matter if it's parents or a significant other, your siblings, no matter a coworker, whoever it is, if it's things start to get stressed out, it means you need to start taking care of you. But you also need to look at your wounds. okay? You can't save anybody, honey. We all can't save, there's no magical pill, there is a Messiah, but we need to start taking care of us. You can't save the other person that doesn't want the help. You know, there's tons of people out there that are wounded, there's tons of people that want help, but if they're not ready to get that help, you cannot force it.
So that's why they take the bottle.
They're not ready. Some people, yeah, they relapse or they abuse substances, and
Because when they abuse, they go self-abuse themselves.
that's called self-destruction, self-sabotation. We went over that last week. Yeah, that's what they do because of the unhealed chiron, the unhealed darkness, that they don't like themselves, they don't have confidence, they think they're a failure, they don't feel loved. All that stuff from the childhood trauma grew up as an adult and self-destroyed them. They're doing it to themselves. They have to be woken up and say, listen, you gotta learn to love you. And once you learn how to love yourself and take care of yourself, that self-destruction, picking up that bottle won't even exist because they'll love who they are as a person. The reason why they use substance abuse is because they don't like who they are at the moment. Right? So if they're mentally and emotionally not healed and spiritually not healed, that's when all that stuff comes into play with the toxic behaviors.
There's a time when people come up to you and they start screaming at you and stuff, and I just shut off. Completely shut off. My family, my girlfriends, and I shut off because they can't do it. They want you to talk. It's like,
That's, see, but you, now you need to look outside. They're trying to get your chiron healed.
Yeah.
So they're spiritually attacking you with all this, right?
Yeah.
So your chiron's screaming,
Yeah.
Pam, I want to be healed. So what are you going to do to heal your chiron? Love yourself, self-care, distance yourself, forgive them because they know that they have a wound, that's why they're attacking you, but they want you to heal your chiron. As long as you see this as a positive way to fix yourself in a positive light, there's no harm there from them. That person that's harming you, watch, you got your chiron healed, guys. This is why I'm here at Plymouth Recovery Center, to awaken you guys to your wounds. So when you start healing yourself, you won't be attacked by those people because you'll have the boundaries, you'll have self-love, you'll start giving out that energy that they'll feel, and either they stay away or they want to know how you change. Like, you know, you'll see the
Most
difference.
counselors don't understand that.
Right.
They don't, because I was with one for 25 years. He didn't understand anything. He just didn't listen to anything at all. And that's why it's like he never was more to understanding where I was coming from. And it was like just listening, but not really being active about it.
This was a counselor you had?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen many. I
Yeah.
still have one, you know,
That's
so.
why I don't wanna be bothered with that.
Right.
Because they don't understand, it's very hard for you, and then we have Karen as a guardianship, there's fire there, fire and water, and who are you gonna pull out?
But the number one person needs to understand the whole thing is yourself.
Yeah.
When you understand your wounds, then you'll start making changes around everything around you, everything inside of you. How do I protect myself from the spiritual attack? You have Pisces. Pisces absorbs everything, just like a Gemini. They absorb everything, and that's why they can project out, I had enough, and like the anger and aggression side of them, and the quick temper sometimes with those types, because they just get so overwhelmed, because they feel everything so quickly, they don't think before they just outburst, you know, it takes a lot of self-reflection. You can do this, it's all about, I'm giving you the tools. I'm giving you the tools, but you have to work it every single day. It's a lot of work, you know. Like I said, I'm a master at meditation, self-reflection. If I see something like a mirror reflection, I'll go and be like, well, do I act like that? Because if I do, I better clean that up. I don't like that being part of me. You know, I don't like anger or quick to anger, impatience, and I'm like, oh man, I'll go home. I'll spend like a day or two going like, am I acting like that? Because if I am, guess what? I don't like that being part of sanity. That's not what I want to, promote to the world, or for the company I work for, or the people I talk to that I want to help. And once you heal that spiritual wound, Pam, other people with that same exact wound, they're gonna know and you're gonna help them out.
Mhm.
This is what you did to heal my Chiron and Pisces. This is what you did to heal my Taurus in my 8th house. This is what I did to heal my Taurus in my 4th house.
Mhm.
You know? So when you start researching about your wound and accepting that that's part of you, it's screaming to be healed now. There's like, you know, the Creator says there's a time and a place for everything. And now is the time to heal your Chiron. Next week, depending if the other participants come back, we can work on their Chiron. We are gonna get into the Black Lilith. That's another one.
What is it?
Black Lilith.
It's just a placement.
It's a placement, again, like it's a wound that you need to be aware of and definitely be very much aware of and how you treat others and how they treat you as
I
well.
think that's also in Pisces.
Yours is? Mine's in Leo. I forgot what house mine is. Mine's in Leo. Mine's about having self-confidence and actually being in the light. So when I met a certain somebody, they actually helped me with my confidence. And now singing like in the band at Plymouth Recovery Center has really helped me. Oh, you did your flower. You're way ahead of the game. Yeah.
So ADD, I have to like.
Yeah, that's all right.
There's markers on it.
There is. So there's a flower. If you want to color, you need to put some wonderful things about yourself. This is a positive.
It's been a rough late. When I'm trying to do something in a hurry, I get more talking and then less get things done. I said last night, I'm like, I said, oh, we're too fast, stop talking so much, I need to get this done. I'm looking at 2:30, I can't. I'm trying to do things by time at 1 o'clock, not 2:30 in the morning.
So that's time management that you have, right?
Yeah, because people, I want to do things in a hurry, and people want to talk. I don't got time to talk, move.
Pam, you gotta start taking care of you and not so much of the world right now.
I was
Right.
trying to move my stuff, and the girl kept
Yeah.
on talking the whole time, and I'm trying to do faster. I was getting moving by talking. I can't talk all the time, because I was getting slower.
I don't know about you, but Jojo hasn't stopped talking the whole time in groups, so Jojo has a lot to say.
Yeah.
We'll look at Jojo's wound next week. Cause Jojo's there to help you with your wound, and Berry's there for me, right? Do you have a teddy bear at home?
I like
Or a
it.
special stuffed animal?
My kid has them all.
Your kid has them all? Do you like borrow one? You're like, I need this one tonight? No?
No, Jerome, Mom. He doesn't sleep with them anymore, but they're on
Oh.
the dresser, you know?
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
The squashmallows, those are my love. That's what my Berry is a squashmallow. That's what she is, you know?
That's why I wanted to make recovery bands to give people. That's what I wanna do. I've been telling, I want a sewing machine.
Okay.
We can make these, and they can have their own special colors, what they want. And that's what I wanted to do.
Okay.
I wanted to do that, that's what I've been trying to say.
Recovery beers?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good thing. Maybe we can work on that, huh? Maybe we can make them in this group.
Yeah.
I'm an artist. I have a lot of material at home. I have a lot of craft supplies that like I'm overwhelmed by. You know, my apartment is about 80% closed. No, I would say not 80 because I have a lot of art supplies. 40% art supplies, 60% clothes. I love clothes. I love fancy things.
People say, you don't need all them clothes. I said,
I have a lot of stuff. I'm willing to donate, believe me.
exactly, you don't need all them clothes.
Yeah.
But why judge what you got in your house, you judging how I have outside, it's like, that's crazy. I said, you're not living outside what I'm doing. You're not dealing with how to survive outside, where your clothes are going, where you're gonna put them in. They're in trash bags. I can't put them anywhere else.
Right.
And you know, and then worry about how much clothes I have. I'm just worried what I have. So I go in your house and worry what you're eating, what's in your bed. Now they do it to me. It's like so hard and stressful to do that.
So how are you gonna take care of your human?
Love myself.
Are you just saying this to me, or are you going to actually work on it? Okay.
'Cause I-
Jojo's gonna tell me next week, you know,
I
right?
told Sandy I hated myself because my girlfriend just dumped me off to the waterfront, said, deal with yourself. Left me there, middle of the waterfront, and I was like, her anger was so vicious that I just sat there and not say a word, and I called Sandy and she lost it, Milton Hospital. Sandy goes, watch what you say.
So this, if you can look at it from this certain perspective, she dumped you off. Take care of yourself. Okay? Say it again. She dumped you off. She said, take care of yourself. Do you hear that? Do you get the message?
Yeah.
Are you woken to what she's trying to tell you?
Yeah, it was like, what she said was like totally anger. and that made me feel like she
That means you need to do it.
yeah, she was totally like flipping out at me instead of speaking very nicely. And Sandy was trying to tell her, please be nice and calm to her. Sandy got a phone here because they didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah.
And Sandy was trying to tell her that's not the, we're trying to work on a problem, but she wasn't listening to what Sandy was trying to say.
But that is the problem. The
Yeah.
problem is what? You need to work on yourself.
That's what I've been trying.
So how would you feel about your Chiron and, yeah? Sounds about right? Financial things, relationship type of deals, yeah?
I was really, well, I explained to you about JoJo. I said JoJo is very special.
Yes.
When I can feel certain things, but when she was at New Hope and I said, God, what can I have her? She goes, yeah. But I didn't realize the whole spirit thing was that she was just like favor. So she was chief in JoJo. And that's part of her name was Joanne, so JoJo.
Oh, okay.
JoJo's a nickname.
Okay.
So I had to think of, and Francesca passed away in November. So I was trying to use Francesca and remember Francesca and her name to keep together. Because Francesca was, my, therapy captain,
Yeah.
and worked out very well with us.
So this will end Masterminds. I'm going to, shut off the video now.
From 2 to 30.